Good morning. My name is Bob, and I am the Novice Nomad. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video. We've had some interesting things happen here. If the audio is a little off, my microphone died, so I apologize. But yeah, the last couple weeks here have been quite interesting, geologically and weather-wise. And that's what I want to discuss today. And this way, if you are planning to come here in the coming months, hopefully this will help you make a decision whether you want to come right now or wait a little bit to see what happens. So, over the last month or so, we've had 3 typhoons. 2 passed to our north, which absolutely drenched us. And I mean, I'm not talking close calls. I'm talking like 6-8 hours away north, and we still got drenched. And you can see the water. I posted a short with the water going down my road and down the steps by my apartment, so you can see it. So just go ahead and look at that short. And there was one that happened about a week ago where it passed to our south, but we were supposed to get a direct hit with that one. Nothing happened. Barely any rain, a little bit of wind, but nothing. But what I've noticed here in the Philippines is that typhoons are a little different than the hurricanes that hit the States. The States, once a hurricane makes landfall, you have to look out for tornadoes. They happen all the time. Here it doesn't happen like that. You get some wind, you get a lot of rain. What's damaging is the rain, the floods. Also, the ground moves a lot here. We get a lot of earthquakes. That's because we're in what they call the Ring of Fire in the South Pacific. And the fault line that hit Cebu, or the earthquake that hit Cebu from that fault line hadn't discharged any energy in like 400 years, 300 years, or something like that. And they're still feeling aftershocks right now, anywhere between 3 and 5.0. Yesterday or the day before, the government put out an advisory saying that there's a fault line outside Manila, and it's about 100 kilometers long, and it goes, north to south, south to north, however you want to say it. And they're expecting that to pop off. They don't know when. They're expecting it to go, and that should be a 7.2, and they're expecting around 50,000 dead in the city of Manila. But right after the Cebu quake, there was a volcano just south of Manila called the Taal volcano that erupted, that sent ash and smoke in the air like 2,500 meters, right around 7,000 feet. And during that, there was an earthquake, a big earthquake, a 6.0 in Indonesia. So it's all happening right here. I mean, within 1,000 miles, all this stuff is going on. Maybe less than that, maybe 800 miles. So what I'm going to talk about is all that, and whether or not at this time is it worth you coming here or not, and what you should expect. And I know over the last 6 to 8 months they've been doing these earthquake drills. Even my girlfriend's son at his school, they were having them prepare like emergency kits, and they were preparing them for a big earthquake. What's also interesting is just 100 miles from where I'm at right now, there's something called the Manila Trench. And that hasn't gone off in 300 years. And it extends from the south of Taiwan all the way down till central Philippines and those islands down there. And they're expecting that, if it does, to be a 9.2 when it releases its energy and have a 30-foot tsunami. Now, the girlfriend and I lived down near the beach up until last month. And once we heard all about that, we decided we need to move to higher ground, and that's where we moved here. We're in a pretty good spot now. It's not perfect, but we're within walking distance of our family, who's at the top of the hill that we're on. We're on a flat part of the hill over here. And we're high in the air so that if the tsunami comes, hopefully we're high enough to where it won't bother us. So it's an interesting time here. So what I suggest is, if you're planning to come here, just keep an eye on the news. Keep an eye on the weather. Because they can't predict exact times of earthquakes. And as far as the typhoons go, the Philippines don't put anything out until they're within the area of responsibility, and that gives, like, I don't know, like a day's notice, which confuses me because in the States you have like a week's notice. But I watch a weatherman out of the United States who does South Pacific weather, and he puts out warnings long before the Philippines do. So I kind of watch him, and I make sure everybody, you know, we're safe, her family's safe. But just keep an eye out if you plan on coming here in the next few months, because it could be quite chaotic. And if you do come, be prepared. Be prepared not being able to leave for a while if something happens, like an earthquake. Be prepared to have an exit plan. Make sure everything is good. And that is my advice for right now. The next video, I'm gonna talk about, or not even the next video, in upcoming videos, I'll be talking about my search for health insurance here, and I'll tell you what it's like and what I find out. Hopefully that'll help you if you're ended up moving here and you're looking for something like that. But yeah, it's quite a time here. So be safe, people, and I will talk to everybody in the next video. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and hit that bell.